Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Iftar Insights episode 28. This is a digital dawah series for Ramadan 2019 from Fuzz Events and Entertainment Limited, an edutainment company that creates digital content for these platforms, and Impression Studio, a full production house that specializes in videography, photography, and also satisfies all of your drone and special occasion requirements as well. Today we are delighted to be bringing to you this, our penultimate episode in the series, from the Marabella ASJA Masjid. And a lot has already happened at this masjid here. They have already engaged in individual recitation of Quran following the Asr Salah. They ended that session with a collective dua, and now the members of the masjid are gathered in the back hall where they are in fact making the final preparations for the break of fast. Let's join with them now for the break of fast and their other iftar traditions as the penultimate episode of Iftar Insights continues today, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Brother Zahir Ali, and I'm here at the Marabella Muslim Association. I'm one of the members of the masjid here. Alhamdulillah, we have completed tonight 28 days of Ramadan, and we are into the 29th night of Ramadan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all our efforts, and may He allow us to witness the day of Eid of this year and many years, inshallah. The Marabella Muslim Association, some of you all may not know, that it was first established in 1926. That's almost 94 years, almost 100 years ago. But it was not here at this premises. It was at the GTA location in Marabella, for those who know the Marabella area. And unfortunately, in the 1950s, the owner of that land, they wanted the spot for a road, and they bulldozed the masjid. And in the same year, Alhamdulillah, one of the land owners in this present location, Mr. Maraj, he gave this land to the masjid. And since then, from 1950 to today, 2019, the masjid has been here at this location. Alhamdulillah, obviously, it started off as a small location, a small structure, but Alhamdulillah, we can boast of a nice prayer hall, a hall where we can host weddings, a hall that we can have our iftar, a nice kitchen. We have a nice parking lot. Alhamdulillah, these are the mercies from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And over the past few years, we have been able to revive a lot of arms of the masjid. You know, the sisters are very active, the youth are very active, the senior brothers are there. They are here to advise those who are in authority now to make sure that we stay on the straight path and we run the affairs of the Jamaat in a proper manner for sustainability and for succession for all the years to come, inshallah. So, if you're ever in South Park and you need to pray, your Asr, your Maghrib, your Isha, your Zohar, you can always stop by the Marabella Muslim Association. If the masjid is locked, we have an external prayer area where you can come in, you make your wudu, and you read your salah. All right? So, we want to say a Ramadan Mubarak and an Eid Mubarak to everyone, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept again our efforts, and may He allow us to gather in a better gathering on the day of Jannah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome once more to episode 28 of Iftar Insights. We have just broken the fast, as you would have seen, and we have only just completed offering the Maghrib Salah, the Fard and the Sunnah, and some of the brothers are now engaged, as you can see in the background as well, in individual recitation of Quran. Some of them are still offering their Salatul Awwabin. So we're trying to be as quiet as possible while still getting the opportunity to chat with our esteemed Imam, Haji Kazim Ali, who has been the Imam of this masjid for the last 2, maybe going on 3 years, but has served in many other capacities at various other masjids and on various other Islamic boards and organizations as well. We'll let the Imam do the honors and tell us about this. But first and foremost, Assalamu alaikum, Imam.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah, Imam, for having us here today. And tell us a little bit about your history in the Imamath.
And firstly, may I congratulate you all for a wonderful job that you have been doing here. It's noteworthy to ensure that, our non-Muslim brothers and sisters be aware of some of the significance, that goes with the Islamic faith, and more so in the month of Ramadan. It's a spiritual exercise, which is meant to create the awareness and the joy and the happiness in the life of every Muslim. And, at the completion of the end of this month, we should be like the mirror. They can see through us the virtues and the goodness, the khair that emanates and comes out of Ramadan. With respect to my capability, to capacity, as Imam, I have been serving for a little over 40 years now as an Imam. I would have been at the long-level Jamaat for over 37 years. I'm here, but I think it's a little over 3 years now, going inshallah. I'm also the chairman of the Council of Imams of the ASJA, maybe for the last 6-7 years.
Alhamdulillah. Imam, very quickly though, I just wanted to get your advice, your counsel on the subject of Eid al-Fitr. As the month of Ramadan is winding to an end, tomorrow will be the 29th day of fasting. What happens after? How do we know when it's Eid? Why is there always this, what's the word that I'm looking for? Confusion of sorts in the minds, especially of those who are not Muslim, as to when is Eid? Because every non-Muslim wants to know with certainty before the month even begins sometimes. When is Eid? What day is Eid? Already for today, I've gotten the question so many times, is Eid on Wednesday or is Eid on Thursday? And I always have to remind everyone, nobody will ever be able to tell you or answer that question with any measure of certainty until after the 29th night. Can you explain why that is, Imam?
Well, the Islamic month constitutes of 29 and 30 days. On the 29th day, it is our responsibility to look to see if the moon is sighted. If the moon is not sighted because of bad weather or so forth, then we have the 30th day. The 30th day, which we go on to the 30th day. At the end of the 30th day, the month comes to an end, and therefore the Eid or the other month will come into being. Right? So let me say Eid, after Eid, the month of Ramadan is Shawwal. Right? So at the end of tomorrow evening, if the moon is not sighted, but hopefully the moon will be 36 hours old. It will be 36 hours old on Tuesday evening, which gives us a good indication that it could be seen. Right? And even though it may not be seen in Trinidad and Tobago, but we take the regions,
yeah.
Right?
And our region usually constitutes Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Barbados, Suriname, Grenada, maybe.
Yeah,
inshallah.
Yeah,
okay.
Inshallah.
So once the moon is seen in any of these countries, we will celebrate Eid, inshallah.
Yeah, but we have took the decision to work regionally now. Time gone by, we used to do it, and then we went back, to only local sighting. But I mean, our muftis, along with our moon sighting committee, we have took a decision, the central executive of the ASJA, that we should go, because when you look at the longitude and latitude, it's not that far off.
Yeah.
Okay? So we taking it now as it be.
All right.
Inshallah.
So that is the topic of Eid day itself and when it will be observed. So inshallah, if the moon is seen on Tuesday evening, Eid will be on Wednesday. If it is not seen, Muslims fast again on Wednesday and Eid will be celebrated on
so we
Thursday.
complete the month of 30 days.
All right, Alhamdulillah. Eid day, whether it falls on the Wednesday or the Thursday, what should a Muslim know about Eid day?
Well, Eid literally means the festival of breaking the fast. As I would have always been saying, Eid is like reoccurring happiness. The sacrifice, the comfort, the commitment, the dedication, the obedience, the willpower to serve our Creator and Sustainer. Because Allah has told us, He said, I've given you everything, I've never asked of you anything. I ask you to fast for me in this blessed month of Ramadan. Allah will repay you at the end of it. So He will give us all the rewards for a sincere path. If you went to say, a hadith narrated by Sayyid al-Qudri, it states that if one person were to fast with sincerity in the path of Allah for one day, Allah will take his feet away from Jahannam fire for 75 years. So the importance of fasting in the life of a Muslim is very, very important. It's a command that it's something that not we want to do or we do have to do. It is essential. It is something that is obligatory upon every Muslim that who is sane, who is healthy, who is strong, and who is at home, and they have to fulfill that desire. Yeah?
Okay. I wake up on the morning of Eid to offer the Fajr Salah. What happens then?
Well, you get up as normal. But let's go at the end of the night, the night of Eid.
Right.
The night of Eid, when the moon is recited, we say Tuesday evening, it doesn't stop there. Ibadat, the night of Eid is a blessed night. It carries a lot of virtues and blessings that which we could continue to engage ourselves in special salah, tahajjud. We can make special dua, seek forgiveness from Allah. The dawn will become, we will perform our Fajr Salah. And then, what we do? We go, we take ghusl, take a proper bath, cleanse ourselves, and we adorn ourselves with the best of clothing that we have to what we can afford. We attire ourselves. Before we leave our home, it is sunnah that you participate of taking something sweet. Maybe a date, maybe a drink of wine, something sweet. And you leave your home, well, in the days of the Prophet, you didn't have motor cars and vehicles. It was a sunnah for you to walk towards the masjid. Today we have vehicles at our disposal in so many. So we travel to the masjid. But whilst on our journey, instead of we engage in any gossips or talking, we start to sing or to speak out the takbir aloud. Right?
What is a takbir?
Takbir, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, wa la ilaha illallah.
So a takbir, for the benefit of our non-Muslim brothers and sisters,
is pronouncing Allah's name. It's the greatness of Allah. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. There is no one worthy of worship but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. He is worthy of all praise. So we continue to do that, until we reach the masjid. When we reach in the masjid, it is for us to sit down in the safs and the lines. Don't talk, make noise, but continue now to recite the tasbih. Recite the takbir. Keep reciting until the call for prayer, is mentioned to start. See where the Imam will come and will make his pronouncing and give his instruction as regard to the salah, the niyat. Now the niyat is very simple. It's the Imam will tell them in English. He'll say that you intend to offer 2 rakat namaz Eid al-Fitr, which is wajib. Right, with 6 extra takbirs, right? And the first rakat, the Imam says Allahu Akbar, you raise your hands and you tie it, and then the Imam will say Allahu Akbar, you raise and drop, Allahu Akbar, raise and drop. On the third one, you tie, right? The Imam will read the Surah Fatiha, read the Surah, he will go into Ruku and Sajda. When he gets up on the next rakat, he will pronounce on the fourth pronouncement of Takbir Allahu Akbar, you would go down into the thing, and then you make ruku, right? And then after that, the Imam will make a salam, and the prayer will end. He makes his dua, and then he will give his khutbah, sermon, So in a nutshell, that in itself will be a combination of some of the things that can be done, Adding to that, it is very much important for us as Muslims, to continue on the path that we were engaging ourselves in during the month of Ramadan. We met with people, we met our brothers, we showed them the same kind of faith, the same kind of love. We extend ourselves, to hugging them, to even giving them a kiss, to express our love, our peace, happiness, and joy. You want to continue the camaraderie, that was built in the month of Ramadan, because Ramadan is a training process. It's a process that is meant to always create in our lives the goodness to our fellow human beings. You see, it's just as prayer, the Quran states in the Quran that prayer is a means and way to protect us from lewdness, from iniquities and shameful things. And if we are performing salah and yet we still condone those things, then something is wrong. So if the month of Ramadan will come to us, to redeem ourselves from the little misfits, the little, inconsistencies that may be within us, and we didn't get anything from it, then we have failed ourselves. I've always said, and to that question, you could have the best belief, but if you don't have the best behavior, you are nothing. Inshallah. Next thing, again, if you want to continue that same vein, some of the sunnah, as I said, you leave home again, you come in one direction,
go back
you go back in another direction. You take another way out, right? You take another way out. one of the other sunnahs that you can behave is a good time to go to the Qabristan, the cemetery, raise your hands and make dua. For
Eid day is a good day.
Very good day. Go and make dua, refresh your memories with them, make dua, beg Allah for their mercies and their rahmah, forgive them. Too many people sometimes, they don't feel it is applicable to do that, but it is a sunnah. It is something that we must not ever forget our parents, because our parents must be most dear to us. Because in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, he says, the one drop of milk of a mother, if we live 99 generations, we cannot pay her back. So we must be conscientious of our responsibility and our duty to our fellow human beings. And as I've said, we must demonstrate that sense of the Ramadan should bring out the best in us. If we cannot do that, then surely we have is an exercise in futility.
Yeah. Imam, you certainly have a wealth of knowledge, and you've certainly shared quite some of that wealth with us here today. And Alhamdulillah, thank you very much for that. Jazakallah khair. And Eid Mubarak in advance to yourself, your family members, the members of your Jamaat and the wider Muslim community. Jazakallah khair for sharing all of this information with us.
Well, let me firstly, on behalf of my President General of ASJA, Haji Yaqub Ali, the Central Executive of Allah, my Council of Imam, my fellow members, my wife and my children, and all the members of my Jamaat, I too want to extend to you.
Alhamdulillah.
Eid Mubarak to your wife, your children, to your management team, and your community. May Allah continue to show His choices, mercy, and blessings upon you. You are doing a wonderful job. I think this exercise is an exercise that will create the awareness of others to come to the forefront, to feel the essence and the joy and the happiness, not only of Ramadan, but what the life of a Muslim constitutes. You see, outside there, when you look at the Islamic phobia, what is taking place, it's about hate and all that. Islam is not about that. So I want to extend on my behalf of my Jamaat, Eid Mubarak. May Allah continue to bless you. Enjoy it. It was a pleasure.
Jazakallah, Imam.
Thanks.
Assalamu alaikum. As episode 28 of Iftar Insights continues tonight, here we are in the Masjid Hall where the Eid Salah will take place at this ASJA Marabella Jamaat. Here with me is Sister Sabrina, who is a very active member in the ladies group. Sister Sabrina, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Sister Sabrina, tell me what activities you and the ladies do for this masjid.
Sure. The ladies of this Jamaat form an integral part. We are part and parcel of everything. Just for example, recently we packed gift bags for all the kids for Eid. And apart from that, whenever we have any functions, whether it's a Miraj function, Miladun Nabi, or simply a Maulud function that we would have, we are there to support, we are there to, prepare the food, distribute it, decorations. So, in my opinion, we are the backbone of this Jamaat.
Masjid.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. So tell me, I know during the month of Ramadan, it's a very hectic time for everyone. But you being an entrepreneur, a mother, a wife, how do you cope with all of this?
Well, during Ramadan, yes, it is very hectic. It's very exhausting. But thankfully, I have a husband who is so supportive. So it takes the stress off a lot. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I know you all are going to have your celebration out in the car park, inshallah.
Yes.
And a lot of preparations are going into that. So I hope, inshallah, that you will have a great Eid celebration. And thank you very much for having us at your masjid, for hosting us. And this has been episode 28 of Iftar Insights. Tomorrow will be our last episode, episode 29, and we'll be coming from the Hermitage Village Masjid, inshallah. Please remember to join us tomorrow for Iftar Insights. Remember to subscribe and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks again. Assalamu alaikum.